Good afternoon. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you to St. Jerome. Thank you to Father Darrell. Accountability. Accountability. It's what Kentuckians want from their elected officials right now. They want someone to put Kentucky first and to hold Washington and Wall Street accountable. And there is a huge difference between my record of holding pharmaceutical companies and criminals and scam artists accountable and my opponent's record of holding no one accountable, least of all himself. In fact, there seems to be an emerging theme for Rand Paul and the Republicans this year, and they state it simply as accidents happen. Now let me break it down for you. And you can hear that the answer to all of the following questions are that accidents happen. First, what did Rand Paul say to the families along the Gulf Coast who lost their jobs and their way of life because of BP? Accidents happen. What did Rand Paul say to the widows of Kentucky coal miners? Accidents happen. What would Rand Paul say to the thousands of Americans who lost their life savings because of Wall Street's greed? Accidents happen. And what did Mitch McConnell say to the Republican National Committee the morning after the primary? But the accident that Kentucky and the nation cannot allow to happen would be the election of Rand Paul. This race presents a clear choice between my proven record and our responsible proposals for the future and the risky and radical ideas of my opponent. Rand Paul is against nearly all federal spending except that which feathers his own nest. Rand Paul pledged not to take money from senators who supported the bailout until they were willing to line his coffers. Rand Paul is for term limits, except when they apply to him. And Rand Paul says he's going to balance the entire federal budget next year. He's just not going to tell you how he'll do it this year. And why is Rand Paul waffling? Why is he waffling? Because he knows you, and you will not buy his risky agenda, ladies and gentlemen. He's shown a callous disregard for the poorest among us, saying they just need a little tough love. He's shown that same disregard for our farmers, our students, and our veterans. He'd eliminate the farm support programs, and he would prevent our students from getting student aid. And Rand Paul even opposes the Americans with Disabilities Act, which provides for basic rights when our disabled veterans return home from these wars. Folks, Rand Paul plays to your fears rather than your hopes. He even rails that in America today, we're like the fall of Rome. Well, you know what? I say he's wrong. I say our best days are ahead of us. And you know what? I'll quote Bill Clinton. There's nothing wrong with America that can't be fixed by what is right with America, ladies and gentlemen. This is an important election. It's not about me, and it's not about a waffling pessimist who just wants to be the prince of cable TV. It's about the people of Kentucky. It's about the people of Kentucky who are hurting, and he needs someone to stand up for them. My roots run deep in Western Kentucky. I will carry your hopes and your values to the United States Senate, and I humbly ask for your support. Thank you, and God bless you.